Hello viewers, welcome to Odoo webinar. Today is Odoo webinar session is very special. It's in collaboration with Falinwa Group. So if you are in the trading, manufacturing industry, I believe you will learn more about the resupply strategy. So in today's webinar, we have master your Odoo resupply strategy, choose between MTO, replenishment, MPS, and maximum efficiency. My name is Hera, and I'm a partner manager here at Odoo. And we have a special guest today, Nicholas, CEO and also co-founder of Falinwa Group. Hi, Nicholas.
Hi, Eva. Thanks for this webinar and welcome everyone to this session.
Absolutely. So in today's agenda, we will give you a quick introduction about Odoo, especially if this is your first time, learn more about Odoo and also Falinwa Group. And we will dive into the 4 strategies that we will talk more today. The first is make to order MTO. The third one is replenishment, master production schedule MPS, and we can do the combination between two strategy, which is MPS and replenishment. And in the last session is Q&A. So stay tuned in this webinar. So if you can drop your comment or your question along the way the webinar. So what is Odoo? Odoo is all-in-one management software, beautiful and easy to use. We want to help companies grow, and we want to unleash companies' potential by empowering users with the tools they love. Odoo is a global company. We have more than 19 Odoo offices worldwide, and we have more than 6 million happy users and still growing. We have very strong partner network. It's around 16,000 registered partners to help you on the digital transformation and also give you the advice how to maximize Odoo capacities for your business operation, and more than 6,000 employees to serve you.
Impressive. When I start, we were less than 200 partners.
Absolutely, yes, it's growing absolutely exponential. And Odoo itself is very scalable, start from small, medium to large company that can utilize Odoo. And thanks to the scalability and also highly customized system, Odoo also very versatile, can be utilized from trading, retail, manufacturing, NGO, services, education, and a lot more.
It's impressive here because we have really reference worldwide, so from every part of the world. So it's
Definitely.
what we love in Odoo.
Yes, absolutely, Nicholas. And how actually Odoo can help your businesses. So maybe you're just using Excel or using different type of software, which it's disconnected and your data may be all over the place. If you want to make this system work simultaneously, you have to build the API connection, which it will be cost more when it comes to time and resources. We want to decrease this pain point because in Odoo, everything in one ecosystem and it's fully integrated.
Yeah, and it's not marketing, it's really working like that. It's the first reason I chose Odoo 15 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You even started, Odoo since 15 years ago, right, Nicholas? And we can see as well the evolution of the system in the latest version, which is Odoo 19 later on. And what about Odoo compare with another software out there? We proudly say that we are coming with very complex business needs like ERP system in the left side, but we coming with the extremely user-friendly interface like single app system in the right below. And Odoo meet all of your business needs. Start taking care of your sales process using CRM application, make quotation easily just using the sales application, or even selling the product directly from your store using POS system, and not like a traditional ERP out there. You can stay in Odoo. You can also build your brand awareness using website application or selling your product online via e-commerce. And for sure, to taking care of your back-end system, when you're in the product, you can use inventory And then to support your productivity using productivity apps like integration with WhatsApp, VoIP, and to make sure your marketing campaign is targeting the right audience, you can use a lot of different application in the marketing apps. And as the core of the ERP itself, using financial application, it's fully integrated to track your invoicing and then vendor bills, financial reporting, consolidation, and other things. And for sure, to support your unique business process, we can customize your system using low-code mode, Odoo Studio, and thanks to AI, it's already embedded in different across application in Odoo.
Yeah, and today, so we'll focus on inventory. And so we'll focus on inventory, we'll use a bit sales and a bit manufacturing, and we will even make a short introduction about AI related to replenishment.
Yes, absolutely. And after knowing a little bit more about Odoo, now we want to know more about Falinwa. Falinwa Group is one of our biggest partner. They have a global presence in different countries and extensive experience in across industry. And now Falinwa also have a presence in Cambodia. So maybe Nicholas, you can tell me more about Falinwa Group.
Yeah, so Falinwa, I set up Falinwa in 2009. So it was 15 years ago, and based on two business. One, it was like Odoo integration from the beginning, and the second one, it was outsourced finance direction. Now we are in 9 different countries, so we strongly developed. We were Odoo best APAC partner in 23 and 24, and we are gold partner in France, China, and Indonesia. We are doing and really focusing 100% on Odoo. So why we decide, so in 25, we open new entities. We open Madagascar, Philippines, and Cambodia. And we are very happy to open Cambodia. And why Cambodia? Because we think and we strongly believe that there is big potential in Cambodia for Odoo, for Falinwa, and for Cambodian market, Cambodian companies. Because Odoo is efficient, Odoo is fast, Odoo is affordable. So there is a very good matching between the Cambodian market and Odoo. And what we expect is to develop a Cambodia market in 26, and perhaps we can go back on stage next year and win again the Odoo Award.
Absolutely. So yes, Cambodia also one of the growing market, especially in Asia, APAC, or like Southeast Asia region. It's like growing, industry, and also a lot of growing in the countries together. I believe we also want to help more businesses streamline their operation utilizing Odoo.
So, and what is important for me in Falinwa is the team. The most important in the team. So here we have a picture of the team on stage. We are opening in Cambodia. So by the way, I make an announcement. If you want to join us on the stage next year, you can apply now. You can write to us at cambodia@falinwa.com. We have some open position for BizDev/salespeople and also for business analysts. So do not hesitate to send us an email, and we will reply to you, and perhaps you can join the team.
That's very interesting opportunity. And maybe you can also explain more about your experience as well, Nicholas. I can see different type of industry that Valina already implementing Odoo.
Yeah, so we have more than 200 reference and customers around the world, and we work for every country, all industry, and any size of company from 1 employee to several hundred employees. How do we achieve that is thanks first to Odoo, because Odoo is an all-in-one platform, so we can as explained before, we can do any kind of business inside Odoo. And we have a unique methodology in Falinwa, which is integration with Cluedo. We have a library of 800 modules, and by the combination of Odoo standard plus Cluedo standard, we can make quick start for any project. So
it's also enhance the capabilities of the system itself to support different type of businesses, right, Nicholas?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And I'm doing that since 15 years, and I'm not worried about it. I still enjoy every day to think about new challenge and solve new issue, new problems.
We will dive into the main topic today, which is the resupplying strategy. So, are you sure you have the right stock? So, maybe we can just continue for the fourth strategy that we will discuss today, Nicholas.
Yeah, so we will introduce 4 different strategies. The first one will be make to order, second one replenishment, third one master production schedule, and the fourth one will make an introduction about how we can combine several strategies with an example between MPS and replenishment. What is important to get here is that there is not one good and one bad or one better. It's just, it depends on your business, and regarding your business, we need to find the good strategy and which one fits the best your needs. So let's start with make to order, direct and simple. So here the context is it's very straightforward. We'll take so we go sales order. From the sales order, we directly trigger and we get a purchase order or a manufacturing order. Business context behind, I will take one of our customer who is doing like hydraulic cylinders, so production. The size of the cylinder depends on the customer, so they can decide really what they have to produce only when they make the sales order. So it's perfect matching for the make to order. When the customer defines the size, they put it in the sales order, they trigger, they get a manufacturing order, they can make the production, then send out to the customer. Key point here, MTO, so MTO lead time, make to order lead time. So as we saw, it's very easy, very straightforward. After one point to take into account is that the customer lead time has to be the time to supply if you need some component, time to manufacture, and then time to deliver. So it's a sum of everything. Now let's jump into Odoo. So I'm going in Odoo in sales. So for the one who doesn't know Odoo, we will see that we have all the application in the main page. We can select our application. Here we have a list of the sales order, and I will create a new sales order. For my new sales order, just to remind, is the strategy one. It will be MTO, and I will do it with a trading product to start. So for my trading product, I will select a customer. I can create also some customer on the fly. I can see in Odoo that I have very simple presentation, and after, according to the complexity, I can add some extra fields on demand. So here I will select a trading MTO product. What is the magic behind is based on the configuration on the product. So on the configuration on product, you can directly select what is route. So here the route is MTO buy. So MTO means I will trigger when I confirm the sales order. Buy means I have to buy. So I need to define a supplier and I need to define a price. Once I did that, I go back to my sales order, easy to navigate. I can confirm. And here I get two things. The first things, I get the delivery out. So the goods I have to deliver to my customers. The second one is the purchase order. So if I get here, if I go to the delivery out, is waiting for another operation. So if I go to the purchase, so what is waiting for is waiting for the purchase order. I go to the purchase, here I have my purchase order, only in draft stage. Why? Because the purchaser can change the price, can discuss the lead time and so on. So based on that, the purchaser can confirm the order and can directly receive the goods. I can receive the goods by clicking here, or again, I have my smart button at the top to navigate easily. If I receive the good, I validate the good, I get the good directly into my warehouse. And if I go back to my sales order, I go to my delivery. Now, automatically, Odoo is telling you that it's ready, and I can validate. So here is very smooth, straightforward. I make MTO for a trading product. Let's do it again, but this time for a manufacturing product. So here we make strategy 1 MTO for manufacturing. I take again customer. Here I can select my MTO manufacturer. So I take my manufacturer product. I go to the configuration inventory. I still have a replenishment order, but here I have a manufacturer route. So it will create a manufacturer. Need to which component I need to produce this product. So here I put a component. Once I see all this configuration, I can confirm. I will get automatically my delivery and my manufacturing order. Same, if I go is waiting for another operation, normal, waiting for my manufacturer. So here I can go to my manufacturer order. There is a lot of other features that we will not see today as shop floor and so on. So you have a full MLP system behind. Here I just want to produce all. I go back, I go to my delivery. Now it's moved ready. Why? Because my product is produced, so I can deliver it out and I can deliver my customer. So here we make a quick introduction about MTO, purchase, MTO buy.
Absolutely. So we can see that actually what Nicola showed just right now is the full integration when you receive the order from your customer. Start from creating the quotation, and then Odoo will automatically trigger the purchase order or manufacturing order. So the most practical takeaways for this type of strategy is very direct and simple. And most of the time, it can be utilized for the tailor-made industries. So for example, you are in the furniture industry, and then you have to take a different type of order, customized table, and etc. You definitely can use this type of strategy. And a little bit of a concern of this one is obviously customer will take a little bit of time to finally receive the product. So yes, maybe we can go to the second strategy, Nicholas.
Yes, let's go to replenishment. So on replenishment, we move to the very classic way to replenish. It's automation, easy. So what you are doing on replenishment is what we call a min-max rules. So for the min-max, when your forecasted stock is hitting a minimum, the system will automatically generate a purchase order or a manufacturing order to hit the maximum. So it's a min-max rules concept. What is a big point behind this min-max concept is you can work related on your you can work related on your lead time. So on the stock, you can deliver your customer very quickly because everything is on stock and you have no missing material for your stock. So you can deliver your customer in 1-2 days according to your stock organization. At the same time, you compute all the trigger logic to be sure to be never out of stock. And so you can anticipate your required stock, and you can resupply by manufacturing, resupply by purchase, and get everything on time before the next order of your customer. And we will introduce extra features from Odoo V19, which is AI. So Odoo introduced a new replenishment methodology. Today is already live with V19, which is a suggest. We will make a demonstration about it. And Odoo will continue to strongly improve how to make resupply and replenishment with automatic min-max. So we expect to have automatic min-max with Odoo quickly. We already have the AI agent available in Odoo, and we will be able to improve more and more the automation thanks to AI. So let's jump to the demonstration. Okay. So here I have some magic tricks here. So I can directly, when I'm here, when I'm on the home page, I can write on my keyboard and I can select any menu in my Odoo. Also, another way to get and to go to replenishment is to go to inventory, operation, replenishment. So here I can select and see exactly the information I want by drag and drop and by extending the column I'm interested in. So now let's focus on two different products. So I will focus on manufacturer replenishment and I will focus on trading replenishment. So which information Odoo is given to me? So first I have on hand quantity. So this one is quantity I have on hand. This one is a global forecast quantity. However, here I don't have the global dynamics. So I can click on my forecast report. If I click on my forecast report, here I have a very clear, straightforward view about how to go from on hand to forecasted. So I have all my incoming plus, and I have my outgoing. And if I go down, I have even the details and I can click directly to the sales order related to all the outgoing. I can click also to the manufacturing order. And I can even see the expected and the forecasted with pending thanks to the quotation. The second one, which is very important. So as we saw on the forecasted report, everything depends on the lead time and on the time. The target is not to say I have forecasted quantity 350, so I need to purchase everything to cover that. It depends when it will happen, and it will depend on your lead time. So here in your replenishment information, Odoo gives you all the important information in order for you to purchase what you need, not less, no more. So this one is a very easy way to double check and to see exactly how the lead time is computed and how you can reach the good quantity at the good timing. And if we go to trading, we can see exactly the same. So forecast report, we see all the forecast report, so everything which is planned. And we can even go to the product to have a bit more details about product configuration. And we have access to the lead time. So here we can see all the lead time we have related to this product. Once we say that, so two ways to do for the replenishment. What we will use today, it will be manual order. Why? For the demonstration. What you can do later when you use it is every time you believe and you are confident on your min-max rules, you can automate it. And so like that, Odoo, every time it hits the minimum, it will automatically generate your RFQ or your manufacturing order to go to the maximum. And the min-max is simply configured here. So you can configure your min-max for each product at the beginning of your configuration. So let's go to the order, so to replenishment of your trading. When you replenish your trading, if I do it manually, I directly get this one. So here I get trading replenishment, and it computes the quantity, the required quantity. It proposes me the price based on the price list. And after, if I want to change anything, if I need to negotiate, I can do everything I want because I have a RFQ draft. And so I still have the end on it to make the modification. Then I can confirm my order. So let's go back to the replenishment board. So here I no more have my trading replenishment product. Why? Because here I have a filter by default to reorder. So this one I cover the needs. So no need to have it in this list because the needs is already covered. I can do exactly the same for my manufacturing replenishment. And so this time, what I get a manufacturing order. So if I go and if I jump, I directly jump into my manufacturing order, and the system tells me exactly how much I should produce. So, and now let's go a bit further, and let's see the AI. So if I go to this component, for example, I can create an order. I get my order. So this one is a classic. And here you have the magic under the catalog. So you can click on suggest. When you have suggest, you have an access and you have the recommendation from Odoo. which is Odoo tell you according to the system, according to all the moves you have in the system, it tells you, okay, you should order, if we take the last 7 days, you should order 1 unit of component 2. But if you extend the period, or if you change the based on, it will change and it will propose also dynamically new proposal. And after, once you define what you want to take into account, it can automatically add it to your initial purchase order. And here it will automatically add a new component. So this one is the perfect way to be sure you forget nothing. You get a purchase order, but you directly go to AI, catalog view, suggest, and Odoo will propose and will make the job for you to find all the products you should purchase to this supplier at that time.
Right. So we can see here that in Odoo Replenishment, Odoo have a lot of good features to help you to have a forecast on your stocks. So you can see that in the Odoo 19, you have a full information about how much you have to replenish, and then in how many days as well. And thanks to Odoo AI as well, when you want to trigger the replenishment, you can also have a better suggestion. So you can imagine that you have a lot of products, more 100 or dozen of product, you can have a better view and then utilize this function better. So the practical takeaways of the second strategy of the replenishment is that the keywords, you never out of the stock, thanks to Odoo. And the businesses, for sure, you can utilize it in the trading and also manufacturing industry. And for sure, actually there's not much constraint, I think. It's advanced knowledge of the product flow, because Odoo can give you all of information that you need to make sure that you always have a stock in hand.
Yeah, exactly. Is in terms of business, is usually it's company working on catalogs. So when you have your catalogs of your own product for manufacturing or catalog as a trader, you use this strategy. And a big drawback historically is you have a guy who know everything into your company to define the min max and so on. And this one is now changing because AI will help to democratize a bit this position and to have more people to get the knowledge, because the system will help you to define the history and to compute and to give the good suggestion.
Yes, absolutely. Especially, I believe we heard all the times, Nicholas, that replenishment or inventory is also one of the main pinpoint of a lot of trading and manufacturing industry. Especially, they lost the track, they maybe order too much, or maybe they cannot fulfill, the order on time, right? So with all of this feature, can avoid those kind of situation. So maybe we can go to the next strategy, which is MPS.
Yeah, so master production schedule. So here we go into more advanced features, more complex. How is it? So what is the case? What is the target? Is forecast. So you make your own forecast. Typically, when do you need that is, imagine you have some customer who give you a forecast at the beginning of the year, so but still not customer order. So you do not have the quotation, you don't have the customer order, but you have visibility and you know that you have to anticipate. So to do that, you put into the system all your forecasts, and you want the system to propose you what you have to manufacture, what you have to purchase according to this forecast, in order when you get the real order from your customer to be ready and to deliver on time. So this one is a classic case, and for that you forecast, you adjust everything, trading, manufacturing, and after you let the system execute for you. What is the lead time behind and what is the target related to the lead time? So usually you use that for long lead time. So when you have more complex lead time management, so for example, you have one component, you know that you need a few a few weeks, a few months to get it, but you want to keep very short lead time with your customer. So you have a big challenge to manage like the customer lead time and the component lead time. So that's why we keep the two, in this example, we keep 2 days customer lead time, but we have visibility of components. So in more complete case, component you need 3 months to get, and after you need 2-3 months to make the production. So let's move to the demonstration and to see and to the demo. So I will go to the menu manufacturing. In the menu manufacturing, in planning, we have master production schedule. It's called master production schedule and sometimes master procurement schedule. Why? Because we will make a first example. It can be used for trading, for classic trading. So no need to be in manufacturing to use this one. And so when you make some here, you have your forecast quantity. So on your forecast quantity, you can fill everything you want, so you can plan. You can get easily what was the actual demand last year, what was the actual demand 2 years before. So like that, you can have some suggestion by the system about what sounds to be good according to the dynamic of your system. And after, you can directly go here and replenish what you need for this week or for this month or for the next month and so on. And so when you do like that, here you directly get an access of your requests of quotation. So you get your request for quotation and you see that your request for quotation has a source MPS and will fulfill the needs exactly regarding to your forecast. Let's move now to something a bit more complex. So a bit more complex means you have a BOM behind. So you have a manufacturing product and your manufacturing product. So you plan all the manufacturing product. Example I gave before about a manufacturing company who get a forecast from the customer, and it can give all this input. Just for information, in Odoo, we give the possibility to fulfill all the cells by importation. So here, what is the point? Automatically, when I fulfill that, this line component gets an indirect demand. So the indirect demand here is directly inherited from the input I put at the top. So what is very interesting, so here if I put, for example, 14, I have automatically a change. So here you can see that it changed automatically. So what is important here is to understand that I can forecast everything I need on my finished product, and I can get all my needs on my component. And then after, I can create quite a lot of strategy. For example, here, if I order here what I will create my manufacturing order. So here I have a link and I can see automatically my manufacturing order. Here I get all my manufacturing order. And I could also decide to say, no, I don't use MPS to plan the manufacturing order. I will make the manufacturing order MTO, for example, but I use it to order all my components. So here I can order my components to be sure that I will never be out of stock for the component. So here I can make all my components delivery, and I have a clear view about what is the stock at the end of the period. And when there is a problem, the system underline, like for example, here I have negative quantity, and I can let the system decide for me how much I should put, and it will make automatic proposal. So this one is like the MPS, more advanced features, but very powerful to give you forecast and get all the order you need, manufacturing order, purchase order.
Right. So MPS itself, the most practical way is in the manufacturing. So you can go to the manufacturing application and go to the planning. So you can have all of the overview, what the component that you have to order, and then what a production that you have to plan. But actually, it's not only for the manufacturing industry. If you are in the trading, you can also utilize MPS itself to always have a forecast in hand. So you can imagine, for example, you have a different type of campaign session or holiday section, so you want to anticipate like high volume of the order, you can also utilize MPS itself to have a full forecast on your stock. So here, the good thing is that you can have always a accurate forecast and the precise lead times as well when the product coming and etc. So I think we are in the last strategy, Nicholas, which is very interesting as well.
Yeah, so here the last one is a way to understand how to use Odoo and how to use it in a good way. So the first three strategy we introduce as the basic engine of Odoo in supply chain: MTO, replenishment, and MPS. And after you have, they are not independent, you can combine. For example, I give an example just before. You can use MPS to reorder your component, and after you use MTO to make the finished product production based on the sales order. Here, we give another possibility of combination between MPS and replenishment. This one is very powerful. So what is the target here? The target is to take the best of the two worlds. So what is the big advantage of MPS? Big advantage of MPS is powerful. You can forecast everything. What is the drawback of MPS? It's complex. So it's not like all the purchase department who can use it and so on. Is usually you just have a few people into a company, into the factory who can use it. So I will give the illustration of project we have currently for airplane industry. So they produce some seat for flight, and so so they need to lock a plane for a few days in order to change all the seats. The requirements come from the customer order. They cannot be late. If they are late, they get a big fine because you cannot lock a flight for a long time. So you need to be on time. So here when they get the customer order, they get it in advance, but they have to be very strict for the delivery out. So what they get how much they have to produce. So we use MPS to plan all the production of the finished product and semi-finished product. Here we have very complex BOM for several hundred lines and so on. So we don't use MPS to manage like thousands of products. We use MPS to manage like between 100 and 200 products. So finished product and semi-finished product. Based on that, we propagate everything into manufacturing order and into purchase order, as we introduced before, in order to make the replenishment. Because you have your manufacturing order, you get all your needs. So you know how much components you need to consume every time for each manufacturing order. And so here you can use your replenishment with your min-max, because you know how much you have to consume to make the production. You know how much you have to purchase now in order to cover this production. So here is a backward. I plan my production, then I plan my component. I have all the purchase I have to do, all the procurement I have to do. And after I receive everything on time, I can make the manufacturing. I can make the manufacturing of my semi-finished product. Then I can make the manufacturing of my finished product on time, week by week. And I can finally deliver my customer and send the goods to my customer on time without delay and without fine. So this one is really backward forward review, where we make a very advanced use of Odoo. So when you go to Odoo, you think, okay, it's simple, easy to use and so on. But if my business is complex, Odoo is perhaps too simple. But finally, no, because we can add module per module. We can add and answer like very complex challenge and very complex supply chain challenges.
That's great. So yes, the good things from Odoo itself, when it comes to interface, is very simple, but actually you can go even more complex as well, depending on your needs. So like what just Nicholas mentioned, you can also combine two type of different strategies. For example, utilizing MPS and also replenishment together. So it's normally in the very complex business case like aeronautic industry when you have a long-term project. So you have to plan carefully about the product and component that you have to order. And then from there, thanks to the advanced inventory modules in Odoo, you can automate the replenishment. And after that, you can proceed to the manufacturing order and then finally deliver the product on time to your customers. For sure, in this type of strategy, you need required manpower or like manpower that have a skilled and also good enough to maintain all of the planning on time. So thank you so much for the sharing about the resupply strategy, Nicholas. We learned a lot about the different type of strategy that we can use in the trading and also manufacturing industry. And now we are in the Q&A session. So if you have a comments or question related about Odoo, Falinwa Group, or everything modules inside of Odoo itself, specifically about inventory manufacturing, you can drop your question in the live chat. So let's see what question that we have today. All right. So yeah, there are a lot of questions, Nicholas. Maybe we can start from the first one, which is when do okay, give me 1 second. So when do we have to choose between those different type of strategy? Do you have any advice for like trading and also manufacturing, business owner when actually they have to choose because there are a lot of type of strategy that we actually discussed today?
Yeah, so in Odoo is everything is, so first, the context of Odoo is when you go in Odoo, you have access to all the modules. So there is no price and no topic about which module, how much does it cost, and so on. So first is you focus only on your business, and the decision depends only on the business. Once we say that, is when you have to do is when you are ready. It depends on your business structure. What we recommend, what is best practice we recommend is start simple. For example, we will never recommend the MPS strategy if your stock is not very clean now at today. So first, what you need to do is to make something which according to the maturity of your stock management. So min-max from the beginning, and after depend on your targets. Ideally, you start with min-max. You have a perfect stock management after a few months, and after you make optimization. For the optimization, you can check with MPS, MTO, or a combination of several.
All right, so start from the simple first, and then you go advance from there, right? So to make everything is simple and also still on track. And there is another questions, Nicholas, which is replenish based on the draft transaction or quotation or draft manufacturing order. What is the question? Is it so? Okay, I think like, is it possible to have a specific strategy? For example, um, uh, look into the quotation or the draft manufacturing itself, and then we can create or like a forecast replenishment, for example, the minimum or a maximum order, and also define the lead time itself. Is that something possible to achieve it in Odoo?
So there is two questions, I think, in this question. I will split. The first one is related, so to make a difference between the draft and the confirmed. Yeah, I give an example. When you create trading, so if I'm in MPS, and if I create trading replenishment, I will get automatically a RFQ, which is a draft one. A draft one is I can draft. I can change anytime. So can you hear me?
Yes, we still can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. So the draft one can be changed anytime. If I'm on manufacturing, it's a bit different in Odoo. So by default, Odoo is doing like directly confirmed order. So here we cannot, so it's confirmed, so which is a bit more annoying for the production manager. So what we propose on our side, and this one is, for example, a Cluedo module. So something I introduced you at the very beginning. So on Falinwa, what we propose is we change slightly Odoo standard to say, no, we will receive directly draft manufacturing order. And based on this draft manufacturing order, we will have the possibility to change the time when we have to do and when we have to confirm. So, and could you just give me the second question about the lead time? So this one was the first question. Can you remind me the second question, please?
Yeah, so the second question is how to define the lead time itself.
So for the lead time itself, let's go to the replenishment. So I will go back to the replenishment. Here you have different way to record the lead time and to configure the lead time, which is important to get. So I will go to a product. So I will go to this product. So if I'm on this product, I have a lead time. So first I have a lead time on my purchase itself. So on my purchase, I have a first lead time. This one is how long the supplier will use to deliver the goods. After, I have some purchase lead time, so some security lead time. So here, if I go to my configuration, and here I can see all the configuration to be done in Odoo. And at the top, I can select. And so I have some security lead time. So here I can configure some security lead time. I can configure security lead time for my sales. I can configure also security lead time for the purchase and for the production. So this one is a different way to manage the security lead time. And if we go to a manufactured product, I will directly, so on a manufactured product, I will directly have a lead time on the bill of material. So if I go to my bill of material here, again, I have a lead time in advance. I have my manufacturing lead time plus a day to prepare the manufacturing orders. So the lead time, the global lead time is a sum of different lead time for each operation, for each department. And you can imagine if you go to a bit complex like manufacturing order, several level bill of material, but it's a sum of everything. So with Odoo, it's very easy because the computation is done automatically. But if you want to make the computation out of Odoo, let's just, for example, in Excel, it starts to be quickly a nightmare if you have several level of BOM because you have too many information to combine together.
Thank you so much for the explanation. So again, to be able to track all of the forecasts, you can go back to the MPS itself, and then to define the lead time as well, Odoo accommodate from a different angle. Start from the product view, you can also track the lead time from the vendor, and also you can track it as well from the manufacturing order as well. So you can have a full control about your time. And maybe we can go to the last question, Nicholas. So the last question is, if like for the new business owner and then they start transitioning to Odoo itself, how difficult is the migration process?
The migration from, so it depends the system. So if you speak migration like starting in Odoo from nothing to Odoo, it's very easy. Why? Because you will quickly adopt Odoo. It's very easy to use. And usually, so just to give you an idea, usually we make integration and go live in 3 to 6 months according to the complexity. But sometimes when it's like new projects, it can go even faster because like with just a presentation of today, I think you already know how to make a sales order, how to make a purchase order, and okay, you can start your business. That's done, as easy as that. For when you need to make a transaction, so migration from another system to Odoo, strangely, is a bit more complex because the direction and the user take some habit in the old system. And so we need to transform that into Odoo, and we need to challenge on both sides. So like the customer need to challenge himself to adapt to Odoo and to move back to Odoo standard. And sometimes the point of view is a bit different between your old system and Odoo. And the integrators, the partner, need to propose you the best solution for you and need to understand quickly your business in order to translate and to tell you, okay, your business goal is that. In your old system, you do in this way. In Odoo, you can do in this way. And this way will be efficient, different, but efficient.
Absolutely. So, for example, for the most businesses that start digitalization process, having a system or like transitioning to Odoo is much easier because you can just easily follow the flow in Odoo itself. But then if you have existing system on hands, that's well thanks to have a consultant, which is advice from the partner itself to understand really about your business processes and then to teach your team as well to adopt the new system on Odoo itself. And thanks to the user-friendly of Odoo, I believe it's also so much easier to adapt the new function. So thank you so much for today, Nicholas. And then for all of the viewers, stay tuned in Odoo webinar. We have plenty of other webinars that you can also take a look. And thank you so much. See you next time.
Thank you, everyone.